You've heard of the WRX. You've heard of the Evo. But what if I told you Mazda quietly built a turbocharged all-wheel drive rally-inspired sedan and then acted like it didn't exist? This is the Mazda Speed 6, and it might be the most over-engineered car Mazda ever made, and nobody talks about it. Be honest, have you ever seen one of these on the road? Okay, picture a Mazda 6. Your aunt might have had one. Reliable, sensible, absolutely nothing worth filming unless you were doing a slow zoom on beige cloth seats. But in 2006, Mazda did something that made no sense at all. They turbocharged it. They gave it all-wheel drive, and they made it manual only. No automatic, no CVT, just vibes. They saw the Evo and WRX beefing in the parking lot and basically said, "Hold my sushi. I got this." Here's what they dropped in this thing. A 2.3-liter turbocharged inline-4 with 274 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque, a real 6-speed manual, an active all-wheel drive system with a torque-splitting center diff, and a limited slip in the rear. Basically, this thing came out the factory ready to be a budget Audi S4. Except, Mazda forgot to tell anyone. They didn't market it like a performance car. They didn't rally it. They just kind of released it and said, "Here you go, enthusiasts. Try not to crash." Overseas, it was called the Mazda 6 MPS, which sounds like a medical condition or a knockoff GPS brand. But here in the US, we got a better name, the Mazda Speed 6. And then we got nothing else. No ads, no hype, just a turbo sedan quietly ripping through snowstorms in Ohio. So yeah, Mazda had no business building this, but thank God they did, because what came next is even wilder. So here's the thing, Mazda didn't just make a sporty sedan, they went full engineering flex on this thing. You know how some companies say good enough and then just move on? Well, Mazda said, let's add a dual mass flywheel to smooth vibrations. Let's make it all-wheel drive with a center diff that actively adjusts torque split. Let's use forged internals. And let's make it so quiet your grandma could redline it and not spill her tea. Problem 1, the dual mass flywheel. In theory, it smooths out drivetrain vibrations. In practice, it makes your clutch feel like you're pressing on a bowl of oatmeal. Mushy, detached, and awkward. Then there's the weight. This thing weighs nearly 3,600 pounds. That's heavier than a modern-day WRX and almost 400 pounds more than an Evo 9. That can make handling feel a little sloppy. Next, the sound. Or should I say the complete lack of it. I love sleepers as much as the next guy, but if I launch it and it sounds like a Camry with asthma, we've got a problem. It had the bones of a rally car, but the soul of a library book. And here's where it starts this thing, the price. In 2006, this thing was over $30,000. That's nearly $47,000 in today's money. For comparison, a WRX STI back then, about the same price, but with way more street cred and a bigger mod community. And speaking of mods, the Speed 6 ECU is famously stubborn. Tuning one is like trying to teach calculus to a cat. It can be done, but it'll scratch, hiss, and probably blow up on you. So yeah, Mazda built a street brawler with a PhD in mechanical engineering, and then dressed it like an accountant and told it to behave. Like I said, it had a rally car DNA, but corporate car manners, and that confused everyone, especially buyers. So why didn't more people talk about it? Well, maybe because they forgot it existed in the first place. By the way, if you ever felt like everyone around you speaks car fluently, or you're stuck Googling what does torque actually do, I got you. I put together the Car Bible, a no-fluff guide that breaks down everything you actually need to know about cars, without the condescending tone or textbook-level boredom. It's available both in ebook and physical copy. So whether you want to scroll through your phone or flip through the pages in your garage, it's ready. Because let's be honest, most car content either puts you to sleep or makes you feel like you missed the meeting where everyone became a certified mechanic. Grab it from the link in the description if you're ready to actually understand the stuff that we pretend to know at car meets. Back to the video. So what happened? Why did the Mazda Speed 6 with all its turbocharged all-wheel drive forged goodness just disappear? Well, first off, it barely existed. This car was only produced from 2006 to 2007. That's it. 2 years. Blink and you missed it. Only around 5,000 to 6,000 were sold in the US, depending on who you ask. And I'm pretty sure half of them were totaled doing highway pulls in the snow. There was no coupe, no wagon, no hatch, no second gen. You got one body style, sedan. And that was it. It's like Mazda made one of the coolest things they ever built, and then immediately forgot that they built it. Mazda Speed as a whole started dying off shortly after. The Speed 3 stuck around a bit longer, but the Speed 6 never got a sequel. No one picked up the torch. No Speed 6 Turbo All-Wheel Drive 2.0 with touchscreen nav and adaptive dampers. Just silence. Today, if you see one, it's either A, bone stock, garaged, and owned by a guy who only drives it on Sundays, or B, clapped out with 3 different wheels, faded tint, and a cracked cob access port zip tied to the dash. There's no in between. The Speed 6 didn't fail because it was bad. It failed because it didn't know who it was, and neither did Mazda. It was too refined for the rally crowd, too raw for the luxury crowd, and completely ignored by the marketing team. So it vanished, just like that. No tribute, no send-off. Just a whisper in Mazda's history book, written in boost and regret. If you want to learn what makes weird cars like this special, why they were built, why they mattered, and why they disappeared, hit that subscribe button. I got a lot more automotive underdogs to uncover. My name is Matt, and this is Rockers Drive Club.